So, Zinder, originally you came in and asserted that we've got this Coriolis deviation of the Earth rotating underneath the pendulum, which swings in a back and forth motion. And then you later explained that if we had 24 hours, we could see an example of that not happening to rebut the assertion from Brian.
Yes, because
sorry, 1 second, Zinder, just to clarify, Nathan, I was talking about the pendulum not moving because no one started it. When he was originally talking about the Coriolis, he's talking about someone actually starting it, and that's when you start seeing the Coriolis deviation. That was, so, it just to clear up, because that he actually is talking about when it started. I'm talking about how it should move without being started.
No, I appreciate that, but he's also
when
saying
he was
that
starting the Coriolis, that's
I appreciate that, but he also asserted that he could give you a demonstration of the two frames of reference moving as one. And they said, oh, well, if you've got 24 hours to observe it, I can demonstrate those two frames of reference moving as one. Correct, Zinder?
when it is still, yes, they move as one.
Right. So I'll just summarise the point again. You originally asserted that the pendulum moves back and forth in a straight line, but because the separate frame of reference is rotating underneath, it knocks over the little dominoes. Now you're saying that we can have an example given in complete defiance of that, and them travelling as one. Correct, Zinder? Two opposing positions?
Contradiction.
So when the pendulum swings again, it enters in a place that is moving slower, and then it enters in a place that is moving faster. That's how sphere works. It rotates.
How does it do that
When
again?
it comes to an airplane, it moves when you move from the equator to the North Pole.
Stop.
You have to move.
Stop.
10.
We are not talking about planes. And let me get it straight. You're saying that the reason that you have equivocated with two frames becoming one frame that travel as one is because the pendulum swings in two different latitudes. We already addressed this shit. No, it doesn't. Don't move on to planes with your incessant babble about nonsense. We're not talking about planes. We're talking about pendulums. No, it's not moving into different latitudes.
Alright, then it is moving along a longitude, which basically would make it move into another latitude if it would travel long enough, or if it would swing.
You need to think this out.
Hold on, has the guy got a hearing problem? Have you got a hearing problem? Did you not hear what I just said to you? Because all you've done is literally repeat the thing I rebutted 15 seconds ago. No! It's not moving into different latitudes, you complete fuckwit. Are you deaf?
It's moving towards...
Don't just repeat it for a third fucking time, you stupid spastic. No, it isn't. Don't repeat it a third and a fourth time, you dumbo. I'm not even asking about that. I'm asking why you are telling us that you can give us a demonstration where the two frames move as one, when you've come in to give us an example with two reference frames, one rotating under the other, in the form of the Foucault pendulum, and you're telling... I've forgotten your name already. What's his name? Alan? Is it Alan?
Brian.
Brian. You're telling Brian that you can give him an example with only one reference frame where the two things travel together. And I'm asking you why the completely contradictory positions.
He asked for a pendulum that is still, that nobody made swing. And when it is still and nobody makes it swing, it stays on the same place in regard to the ground. I
know what your claim is. You're saying that they are then one reference frame.
Yes.
Yeah, in total defiance of your claim of Foucault.
You made him give up on this one.
Everyone shut up. Shut your mouths.
When it swings.
Listen again, Zinder, you total fucktard. Shut your mouth, you stupid bonehead. Shut up!
When it swings.
Shut up, Zinder. Zinder, shut your mouth.
Which make it
Zinder, do not rumpus the living shit out of your own stupidity. Zinder, shut up. You are giving us...
I'm not shutting up only because you tell me, and when you rumpus me, I'm just keep talking.
Zinder, can you please shut up?
Over.
Don't worry, I got that covered. 1 second.
No, don't mute him. Don't mute him. Don't mute this little bastard while he continually obfuscates and rumpuses me, and then tells me I'm rumpusing him. I don't want anyone else to join him, telling him off. I can manage, thank you. Zinder, please don't obfuscate the point. My point that you are giving two contrary positions. One where you have a single reference frame that doesn't start that pendulum moving, and one that is completely in defiance of that. A pendulum that swings with the Earth rotating underneath. Those two things are in polar opposition.
Coriolis only takes place when something is moving.
Yeah, like the Earth is claimed to rotate underneath the fucking pendulum!
When something is moving in relation to the ground.
Yeah, the pendulum! Is this guy absolutely stupid?
So, when the pendulum is still and doesn't swing, it doesn't move in relation to the ground.
That's the point that he's making! My God, is this guy so stupid? That's his point!
As soon as you make the pendulum swing...
That's his point! The fact that it doesn't move proves it's not spinning beneath it. And you're saying, no worries, I can give you an example where it doesn't do that and it is spinning. That's in total opposition of your claim that the Foucault pendulum proves it is. Are you stupid?
You don't understand it, do you?
Oh, he's going to project that I don't fucking understand here. Are you completely retarded? Guys, I don't need help. Are you completely retarded, Zinder?
Nathan, can I...
Someone shut him up.
Join in here for a second?
No. Are you completely retarded? Zinder, you are holding two positions. One is that there is only one reference frame and it won't start the pendulum moving. The other is that the pendulum, when moving, will absolutely demonstrate two separate reference frames. Those two things are in polar opposition of one another.
So why should it start moving when nobody let it swing?
Because you've got two reference frames. One's claimed to be the spinning ball Earth. Mike, it is. He's absolutely fundamentally stupid.
Yep.
Why should it?
Don't ask me why it should, you stupid spacker. This is your example.
Nobody.
This is your example, you dumb fuck. Asking me why it should. You're giving two examples. You just don't understand the argument as well as I do. So I understand the flaw in your argument. Your second example with the pendulum not starting gives you one reference frame. Now, I keep forgetting his name. Brian is pointing out that that is an absolute stone cold demonstration that the rotating reference frame claimed to be rotating underneath isn't rotating. And you're saying I can give you an example of why it's not rotating because it's only one reference frame. Now, your original claim is that the Earth fucking rotates underneath the Foucault pendulum! You stupid idiot!
As soon as it starts swinging...
Oh, once the plane starts moving, Earth starts rotating underneath. No, fucktard!
So you don't understand correctly.
I understand implicitly. Earth doesn't start fucking rotating underneath because a man pushed the pendulum. You stupid idiot!
It rotates in the same... Let's say the ground rotates at 1,000 miles per hour. The pendulum does too. When it starts swinging, the pendulum that was moving at 1,000 miles per hour is going to swing over a piece of ground that is moving at 999 miles per hour and then moving back.
Oh my god.
So you've said that it's going to start rotating underneath upon moving the pendulum. Wrong! That's the contradiction!
According to you, it does contradict. Because
It does contradict, not according to me. You're saying I can demonstrate it only being one reference frame to explain away why it doesn't start moving. But your example, the Foucault pendulum example, is 2 reference frames. My God, are you so stupid you still don't see the blaring contradiction?
Yes, he is.
why should it start moving?
Because it's 2 reference frames according to the spinning ball earth religion.
You both are missing the point. Are talking past each other.
No, they're not.
No.
No,
Whoever
they're
said
not.
that.
Stay out of it.
No, I haven't missed, and I'm not talking past him. I understand when he explains to Brian that he can square this circle by demonstrating that the pendulum won't start moving because it's only 1 fucking reference frame. Even though his Foucault pendulum example is supposed to be showing 2. 1 swinging in a straight line, the other rotating underneath. So we're not talking past each other. He's just got a glaring contradiction that we're now all unbuckling our trousers, ready to take a
Nathan.
giant shit on.
Nathan, Zinder is talking about the rotating movement on the pendulum. He's not talking about the swinging.
He's not talking about the swinging. What the fuck do you think a pendulum is?
Yeah, but the
Yeah, but what do you think a pendulum is?
no, the Coriolis.
Yeah, shut up, you stuttering, blithering twat. You have no place in this argument. I'm not talking past him, and I absolutely understand every word he says. I also understand and can verbalise quite concisely his glaring contradiction.
I'm trying to explain you where you are wrong, and you don't listen.
Just shut up.
You said it's not the swinging of the pendulum.
Maybe we really have to get at the same point what a reference frame is before we keep talking, I guess.
A reference frame, what? Them swinging together and swinging separately? A contradiction where you have a single reference frame that won't start a pendulum and 2 reference frames where Earth rotates underneath, and according to you, Earth starts rotating underneath at a given speed if you start a pendulum fucking swinging.
Alright, explain to me what a reference frame is then. Maybe we get at the same point.
Oh, right, okay. It is a frame of reference. A reference frame.
Nate, let me ask Zinder a couple of questions about this frame of reference claim that he makes, because this is what I wanted to ask before. He said that the pendulum enters a new frame of reference.
Let him answer my
Perhaps
question.
You could explain
what
what
the
you mean by
reference
that,
frame is first. Please. Go on,
Zinder,
Nathan. Explain to us what the reference frame
Zinder,
is.
rather than asking us about an aspect that is clearly unnecessary to define at this stage of the argument, when we have gone through it and highlighted your contradiction where you have both 1 and 2 reference frames simultaneously in the same example. One where it's only 1 reference frame, don't worry about it, mate, it won't start that pendulum swinging. And another where, oh, because it's swinging, it's showing Earth fucking rotating underneath it. That's a contradiction. So it's not like we need to get into the semantics of what a fucking reference frame is now. We want you to explain why you've got a glaring contradiction. You get out of it starting with 1 man and tell us that it's spinning underneath with me.
It's not because when it's swinging. It's
Who's this asshole? Who's this asshole talking right now?
I don't know. Who is it? He's interrupted before. Who is that?
It's the 3rd time I've asked you to shut your fucking mouth, Dumbo.
You gotta...
Zinder.
Alright, since you came...
Zinder. Contradiction time. Explain why you have both 1 and 2 reference frames in your examples. 1 reference frame that won't start a pendulum swinging, and 2 reference frames demonstrating that the pendulum's knocking over pendulums because Earth's rotating underneath. A second reference frame. Go!
Since you made that statement, you clearly don't seem to understand what reference frames are.
Fuck off.
Please
now you've lost. Now you've lost, you fucking coward bitch. You fucking coward bitch. You coward bitch! That's the best you fucking got, you coward little snivelling bitch.
You don't understand what...
I don't understand! Yeah, that's the best you've got. You snivelling little bitch.
Zinder, you can't even say pendulum. It's not a pendulum.
Zinder, this has been done from...
Is that your rebuttal? Let's just get it concise. Is your rebuttal to me that I don't understand what reference frames are? That's your fucking rebuttal?
Yes, you don't understand.
Then fuck off. You're not welcome. Piss off. You've clearly lost badly. Stupid dick.
and thanks for adding some more nonsense to my already growing list of dumb shit Globers say, like pendulums change latitudes when they swing. Thanks.
Yeah. And it changes reference frames every second. So cry for him, you bitch, so we can consume your tears.
You might as well say you didn't do it, then say you did do it. That's what you're saying.
What are you saying?
You might as well say he did do something and then turn around and say he didn't do it. Contradicting himself. He can't.
Yeah, blatant contradiction. His only rebuttal is to say, you don't understand what a reference frame is.
Yep. Nonsense. Elmer Fudd was blushing at his... He was just making shit up as he went. His equation, V over R squared.
They don't understand what they're arguing. So at the point that he started arguing for why you wouldn't have a pendulum start swinging, he, in his mind, thinks he's doing really well. And even says, I can come up with an example. You just need 24 hours to observe it, and I can show you that they're both one reference frame. What? One reference frame to get around this little problem, you say? Isn't your example of two reference frames and Earth rotating underneath? Isn't that why you're here, telling us about how this wonderful Foucault pendulum shows Earth rotating underneath? Something that simultaneously George Netting will tell you won't happen? Yeah, well done, Fundy. Tell me I don't understand reference frames.
Yeah, what a clown. Okay, everyone ready for this? Hold on a second. Everyone ready for Zanick with his conservation of momentum? I'm going to let him loose in a general population. And if I don't hear what I instructed you guys to do, I'm going to get pissed. Go. Go, Zanick.
I can stretch my arms again. Okay. So we're talking about reference frames. Do we not understand that things aren't going in and out of reference frames? It's just a perspective or where you're looking at something from. That pendulum and the Earth all in one reference frame, if you want it to be. Call the rotating reference frame.
Then you have no Coriolis effect.
Let me finish. So the apparent deviation that you're seeing is in that non-inertial reference frame, all in one reference frame. You don't go from one reference frame to the other. That's incorrect.
And you don't have Coriolis effect.
If the object doesn't move,
that's
if the object doesn't go into the next reference frame,
let him finish. Can you let him finish? Go ahead, Zanick. Finish off your statement.
God. Coriolis is the apparent deflection in the non-inertial reference frame.
That's correct. You would observe the deflection. Sorry, just to summarize Zanick's point. He's saying if you are standing on the non-inertial reference frame, that is where you will observe the deviation. So the pendulum is the pendulum in the non-inertial spinning reference frame as it spins back and forth in a straight line. Is that in the non-inertial spinning reference frame? Fuckwit, Fundy, stupid asshole, obfuscating double speaker. Is that pendulum going back and forth in a straight line, not deviating, not spinning? Is that part of that single reference frame, Zanick?
It's in the the Foucault pendulum is in the non-inertial reference frame.
So the pendulum itself,
just like
the pendulum.
It's not in.
Sorry, Zanick. The pendulum is swinging.
It's not going straight. If it's going straight, then you're looking at it from a different reference frame.
Not if I'm looking at it. The pendulum itself. The pendulum.
Where are you looking at it from?
Not looking at it. Listen, Zanick. I've got you by your balls, you stupid fuckwit Fundy. Now go on, squirm for me, you little bastard. Squirm. Yeah? Squirm, you little fucker. You ready? You ready, Zanick? You ready? You ready? So, we're all and everything is in the spinning frame of reference, according to Zanick. Now, I'm asking about... Go on, do it again. Squirm for me, you little bitch. Go on. Go on. Squirm, fucking Fundy. Go on, do it, Zanick. Squirm for me, you little bitch.
Okay. So
you're going to shut up now?
The non-inertial
You going to shut up?
The non-inertial reference frame.
That doesn't mean you start talking about non-inertial reference frames that spin. You're saying everything's in the non-inertial reference frame that spins. And I'm saying a pendulum that absolutely doesn't spin and swings back and forth in a straight line, is that, the pendulum itself, is that a spinning reference frame? See, because my understanding is it's going back and forth in a straight fucking line, you stupid lying fundy bastard. You fucking double-speaking shithead. No, that's in the inertial reference frame. It's not part of the spinning reference frame. You're a fucking lying fundy bastard. And you're here to lie to my audience, you fucking lying fundy fucking cunt.
No, actually, you got it right. Everything in that reference frame is moving. It's not moving straight. That would be from a different reference frame. That'd be from the inertial reference frame.
Yeah. So the pendulum's the inertial frame then. So it's not all the same frame. Because the pendulum's moving fucking straight. A different frame then.
Right.
Yeah! You fucking lying double-speaking fundy bastard. So not all one frame then.
You're going to give yourself a hard
time. Not all one frame.
Define it one more time.
Not all one frame. The pendulum is a different frame.
It can be.
It is.
It doesn't have to.
It is.
Standard reference frame.
It is. The pendulum's claim to be the non-inertial frame, like the ball that you throw on a roundabout. Now squirm for me, you little bastard, while you tell me that ball is also in the non-inertial frame, because you'll talk about observing the ball, won't you, little fucker? Yes. Yeah, I've spotted your little game now, Zanick. It's all about how we observe it, right? It's all happening in the non-inertial frame, because he'll talk about how we observe the ball. But the ball itself is travelling straight, not part of the non-inertial spinning frame. I've got you, you little bastard. Now I know your game. So next time you come here, Zanick, you little bastard, you lying fundy fuck, I will whip your little shit down the drain super double quick pronto. You lying little bastard. No, it's not all from the frame when you're describing how we see it. The ball itself's going through a different frame now, isn't it, Zanick?
No, they don't change frames.
We see, you see, saying about how we see it. I've already spotted your little shit game, you stupid fundy. You've been rumbled. Not about what we see. The ball is travelling through the inertial frame of reference. I don't give a shit how you obfuscate and talk about what we see from the spinning reference frame. Yeah, it's all about us being on that frame, innit? The ball isn't, though, is it? And neither's the pendulum.
Nathan, what we see is the whole...
See? All he can do is talk about what we see. That's how he's decided he's going to obfuscate it into being one frame. By only talking about what you see from the spinning frame. But the ball and the pendulum aren't that frame, are they? And neither's the aeroplane, and neither's the drone, and neither's the helicopter. You've just fucked with your globe religion, Zanick.
Give me 5 seconds and I'll straighten this all up.
Suck my balls.
And you throwing it are all in the non-inertial reference frame.
All in the non-inertial reference frame. All in the spinning reference frame. The ball is travelling through the inertial frame for you to see it deviate from the frame that you're going to obfuscate into from now on by using what we see. I've rumbled you, Zanick. Your little shit ploy has been figured out.
No, you don't get it.
Yeah, you laugh it up, Fundy. Squirm for me, you little bitch. Squirm. Squirm for me.
Reference frames. They don't change reference frames. Things don't change reference frames. They stay in the reference frames if you want them to.
Wow, right back to
Yeah, they stay in them if you're watching them. Yeah, you're watching it from the spinning reference frame, and you're watching it deviate because it's travelling through the inertial frame. There's two to have Coriolis. And the ball, the pendulum, the plane, the drone, they all travel through the inertial frame of reference. And the Earth is claimed... Squirm for me, squirm. I love it. I want to taste your tears, Zanick. Squirm.
I'm crying for you and a laugh.
Squirm, you little bitch. While I tell them that you're wrong. All you're doing is talking about how we see it from the spinning frame, but the ball, the bullet, the plane, the drone, and the pendulum are all travelling through the inertial frame. Not talking about what we see. I'm talking about where they're moving. They're moving through that second frame.
From what perspective? From what inertial reference frame?
Squirm for me.
It makes all the details.
Yeah, you're fucked.
The devil's in the details.
You're fucked. Just
what
accept it.
What are you talking about?
Just accept
if you're
it,
on the
Zanick.
park bench,
you little giggle like your little schoolgirl bitch told me you knew that I've absolutely rumbled you, mate. You're not going to rumpus your way through this, Fundy. I just see you as a lying bastard. Do you understand? You've figured a way of obfuscating this point by putting everything into the perspective of the person watching from the spinning frame and saying it's all in the spinning frame and then talking about what you see.
Stop right there, you're right. Stop. You got it.
I know I've got it. What do you think that's going to be some sort of defence? The Tim Osmond defence? Yes, that's correct, Nathan. Yeah, I know I'm right, you stupid fucking Fundy. I've rumbled you.
Said the right thing. You're not right. You said the right thing, though.
Yeah, I've said the right thing, that you're talking about everything from how we see it from the non-inertial spinning reference frame. I understand this argument better than you fundies now, Zanick. You've made enough mistakes referring to the non-inertial frame as the inertial frame where I've caught you out to make me absolutely correct when I say you don't understand how this works. But you do. Understand that you do. Enough to obfuscate and lie and deceive, and that's precisely what you're doing.
Can I ask you a question?
No! You're a fucking liar! I despise people like you. You've come here to deceive the audience and to obfuscate around the fact we don't see any deviation. And the way you've figured a way of doing it is by putting everything into a single frame. How will I do that? I'll only ever describe what we see from the spinning frame and say it's all... God, squirm, bitch, squirm. Squirm while I summarise it. Squirm for me, bitch. Squirm while I summarise it for the audience. How fucked you are. Squirm. Go on. Go on. Go on, bitch. Dance for me. Dance for me, bitch.
Things do not change.
Dance for me. Dance and obfuscate and rumpus while I summarise it again. Yeah, I've caught you, Zanick. Your rumpusing's not going to get you out of this one, sunshine. Your rumpusing's not going to get you out of this one. I've spotted your game. You little giggle let me know that you knew you were fucked. I know, you know, and now the audience knows by the way you're squirming.
Define the reference frame, Nathan.
Oh, the Zanick last hurrah!
Zanick,
what a shock! Peace, isn't that the same hurrah as Zinder?
Yep.
Get it. So I'm asking you what a reference frame is.
Yeah.
So he's going to use the you don't know what a reference is. You don't know what a frame is. And therefore I'm going to say I've won.
Picking out on this one, John? You think you know everything? Tell me what a reference frame is, John.
That's appealing to you not knowing. This is priceless. Yeah, we've caught you. The summary will now come through nice and concisely. In essence, the way they've got around the fact that all we observe is a single reference frame, no deviation, no proof Earth spins, is to claim it's all taking place in one reference frame. And how do they do that? Well, they say it's only about what we see from the claim to be spinning Earth. And that spinning Earth is actually travelling along with the atmosphere, retention of angular velocity, other lots of science words that are going to convince people that we're travelling as one, when in reality the claim that we have a proof for Earth spinning is the deviation Zanick, like all of them, is arguing against. He's claiming and trying to argue within the concept of Coriolis that you only need one reference frame. Oh, well, you do. To observe the deviation in the second reference frame, Zanick. You lying sack of shit, fundy fuckwit globehead. All you're here to do is to lie to my audience. And now I know. You're not to be trusted. Your little giggles of, oh no, he's caught me out. I almost got away with lying to loads of people about how we actually have a spinning ball Earth. No, we don't. Earth's obviously and observably flat and motionless, and all you can do is equivocate, lie, deceive, and rumpus and squirm like a little fundy bitch.
That's exactly what you do, Nathan.
And project. With that, I'll say a huge, massive, enormous thank you to all of you who tuned in on the Nathan Oakley premiering stream, for hopefully smashing the super chat, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. Of course, a massive thank you to all of today's after show panel for making this after show possible. Be sure to check out nathanoakley.com and the Flat Earth Debate Forum to keep up to date with the community debate. I've been Nathan Oakley, and I'll see you all in the next video.
Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!